Imagine that you have a web API that's receiving thousands of requests. Now, at some point in the future, the server may get overwhelmed and your application may return a 503 status code service unavailable. Now, this is a transient error, which means that it is going to be resolved by itself. Therefore, it makes sense for the clients to keep retrying so that the request gets fulfilled. Now, we know that it is not wise to simply keep spamming the server with a lot of requests at the same time from a lot of the client, because then the server will get overwhelmed and it will take more time to get back up. So what we do is to introduce a delay, an increasing delay between retries. For example, we can retry in 1 second, then in 2 seconds, then in 4 seconds, etc. And we call that exponential backoff. Now, there is a problem. If, for example, we have 10,000 clients, then okay, so we try 10,000 requests in 1 second, then 10,000 requests in 2 seconds, then 10,000 requests in 4 seconds. You see the problem? We're still sending a lot of requests at the same time. That is why we have to introduce a jitter. A jitter is a random time that is going to allow us to not always send the 10,000 requests at the same time. So the idea is that we're going to have, for example, 80 requests, then 100 requests, then 120 requests, a random number of course, but never the 10,000 requests at the same time. That is going to allow us to not have a server overwhelmed. So let's see that this is very easy to implement. Here we have the base time, which is that 1 second, 2 seconds, 4 seconds, etc. And then we have the jitter, which is simply a random number. Now, we calculate the delay simply by adding the jitter to the base time. So we're going to have, for example, 1.2 seconds for one request, 1.4 seconds for another request, and so every request will have its own time, and therefore the 10,000 requests are not going to happen at the same time. So in this way, we're being smart about our retries. Follow me for more content like this.